wonderful people, welcome to my tutorial for today. It's good to be fully back once again. Thank you for all your messages. Thank you for all the love you've shown me. I really appreciate that. And if you are yet to subscribe, please do me a great favor by tapping on the subscribe button and also tapping on the notification bell. That bell enables you know whenever I upload new videos. And yes, my bambino is kicking fine. I just stood out. Today is for short dress, and I'll be using these 2 yards of Ankara fabric for the short dress. But then I'll be putting this one at the front this way, and then I'll use it also for the sleeve. That's just the essence of this one, but this is going to form the body of our dress. So quickly, let's get the ball rolling. Once again, I appreciate. Okay, here I've folded my fabric into 4 because I'm cutting both the front and the back at the same time. Okay, my zipper allowance is 1 inch. Okay, and it is going to be my front. I'll be using it as my front because I want zip to be at the front. My measurement is starting from here. This is my shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, shoulder to hip. And then if you come down, you see the length of my dress. The other one is for fold. Okay. So I'll place my shoulder measurement. Now to my body measurement, I added enough ease. Okay, because this is not a fitted dress. My shoulder is 17 inches, 8.5. 3 inches for shoulder slope, and on my shoulder 1 inch. Okay, armhole is 8.5 inches. Okay, bust is 44. Like I said, I already added ease. 44 into 4 is 11. Sewing allowance 2 inches. Waist is 42 into 4 is 10.5. Sewing allowance of 2 inches. Hip is 45 into 4 is 11.25. Sewing allowance of 2 inches. Okay. Bust to waist to hip. And then down. Okay. So it's safe to say that we used the hip measurement here at the hemline also. Next is to quickly cut. Okay. So now the next will be to just cut the facing at the center front. Before then, for the neck width is 1.5 inches for the back. Sorry, neck depth 1.5 inches for the back, and the width I will maintain my 3 inches. Okay. For the front, I'll use 4 inches. So now I'll cut the facing for the front. Okay, so here is the facing. Okay, I have 2 of it. Like I said, the zipper allowance is the front side. So I will cut the lining. How did I cut it? For people that are still not familiar with it, you place your fabric on top of the material you want to use for the facing, draw out the shape you want, and just cut. It's that simple. So I'll cut the lining for the facing and also the lining for the fabric and line them. I'm going to be lining this first of all. When I line this, I will then place it against the front of the 2 sides. Remember, there are 2 fronts. I'll place it against the front. Okay. For the sleeve, it is just the basic sleeve. Okay. You decide the length of your sleeve. I'll be using this material as the sleeve. Okay, so this is the facing. I hope you remember that. Before ever I'll start my lining, I would have lined the 2 facings. I mean this one and the other one. Okay, so I'm lining this way. From here, I will sew like this down to the hemline. Okay, when I do that, I will then turn it, attach it here before I now line this one. I hope you understand that. First, I will work from here like this down to the hemline. When I do that, I will turn it and then close this side. Okay, and then I'll place it against the neck this way. Sew it along here and also along this side before I now line this one, so that the roughness on this side and the neckline will now be taken care of. I hope it's clear. The back, I've lined it. I started as usual from the lower side to line. Okay, these are the 2 sleeves, also very well lined. And these are the 2 front panels. Remember, for the picture we are using, there is no front, there is no slit at the front, there is no cut at the front. I only chose to put in mine. Okay, I've also attached the facing, as you can see it clearly here. I hope you see it. Okay, the next thing I will do will be to join this front together. Okay, for the front, I'll be making use of an invisible zipper. Okay, so I will close up from the lower side to the very point where I want to start to attach my zip. Okay, so in attaching the zipper, I'll follow this line I marked out here. Okay, and then I'm closing up to this point. So I'll close from the hemline here down to this point. I'll stop, and then I will attach my zipper from here to this point. I hope you are seeing it, and this place is going to be left open. So that is exactly what I will be doing first and foremost before we now talk of joining the back to the front. Okay, so I have attached the invisible zipper. I hope you see it. Next will be to then join the back to the front. I'll also be attaching a side pocket to it. Okay. So I'll just take my body measurement, my bust, waist, and hip, and mark it out. Okay, so I have the body measurement marked out, the bust, the waist, and the hip. Also on this other side, you see it. Okay. And then 3 inches below my waistline, I will make provision for the pocket. Okay, this is my waistline, so 3 inches or 2, you can use 2, you can use 3. And my pocket should be about 7 inches wide. So from the 3 inches, I'll measure 7 inches. So between here and here lies my pocket. I hope you understood what I did. I'll do the same thing on the other side. So 3 inches below the waistline, you make provision for your pocket. Okay, so I will sew from here to this point. I'll stop, and then I'll continue from here down to the hemline. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so having joined them at the shoulder, this is the pocket. This is the pocket also. We'll now cut the pocket. Right, so this is for the pocket. You know, normally you insert your hand this way into your pocket. Okay? And this way is how we're going to be cutting it. Remember, for the opening is 7 inches. So, of course, you should know that here you are having more than 7 inches. Okay? You should have more than 7 inches here. Okay? So, you put your hand this way, and then you take your marking. Normally, the pocket should not be more than 10 inches. Okay, now you see mine is 9 inches here. I hope you see it, which is okay. So I will cut. Okay, so now I'm going to close it up, say from here, not from the beginning here. Okay, I'll be closing it up from here, maybe 1 inch away from this beginning. I'll close up this way and stop here at 1 inch as well, so that I can attach the pocket, opening it like this. Okay. Okay, so now as you can see, you see where the stitch started, like 1 inch away from the beginning. Okay, so you open your cloth up this way. Also, you open your pocket and then you attach like this. Okay, making sure that you have few inches of this pocket lower than where your stitch started on the dress. I hope it's clear enough. I'll just quickly do it. As you can see, my bambino is calling my attention. Okay, so now clearly I've attached the pocket. The last thing should be to, as you have joined them at the shoulder, just attach your sleeve. You measure the circumference of your armhole, and with it you close your sleeve and then attach. And here we are at the end of the tutorial. I've attached the sleeve. So I will just try it on and see how good it looks on me. Okay, people, so check me out. I hope you see how beautiful it is. Check out also the invisible zipper. I hope you see it. Thank you for watching till the end. Take care of yourself appropriately until we get to meet in my next tutorial. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And yes, we made this clothes, I and my baby, as you could hear his voice earlier on. I love you all. Take care of yourself once again and be nice to people around you. Bye. Okay, so you see the end result. This was actually after I tried it on for you. So I've attached the rhinestones.